I'm from Mississippi, right? But I think it's real interesting about what's been going on in California the last few years. Growing up, California was like the place where you go to follow your dreams, kind of like New York. You go to New York to like follow your dreams, whatever that dream is. And so a lot of my people that I know, people in their family, you hear about such moving to California, such moving to Chicago to go chase a dream, get a better life than growing up in Mississippi. But it's crazy that now people are leaving California. And that's been happening the last couple of years. And so I not only people has been leaving California, but businesses have been leaving California. And so I personally think that the two reasons why people have left California in the last 3 years have been the government, their policies, and also have been, crime and homelessness. That's reason number three. And the homelessness people, they addict to drugs, things of that nature. Not all of them, but most of them. So I think a tide has started to turn in California in regards to crime and homelessness. I know the president of China, whatever the guy named of China, came and visit last year, and all of a sudden they got the streets clean just for that one visit. And so one of the biggest things recently, I seen a lot of viral clips of like people just going inside of stores in California, LA, whatever, and just stealing. Because back in, I want to say like a decade ago, California tried to fix the prison population crisis, which is a real crisis that disproportionately affect, African Americans and other, races as well. They were trying to reduce the number of, people in the prison system. They did this by making stealing anything under $950 like a ticket. So I could just go in there and steal and call the police, and the police might show up. If they do show up, they're just gonna give the person a ticket because it's $950. And I've seen so much wild stuff on the internet about people just running in and stealing stuff and things of that nature. But I think Californians got tired of that. And so one of the biggest things is this recently, this year, they had a vote on something called Prop 36. And I want to make a quick video on that because I seen another viral clip about about two young ladies who were stealing, and they didn't think they was gonna go to jail because they done stole so much and just left all they want. But this time they got caught. And so in the car, they're like, it's a new law, you know? And so I'm gonna insert that clip here.
It's a felony. New laws. Stealing is a.
And so when I say that, like, oh man, this is crazy. I gotta make a video talking about this law. Even though it doesn't affect me here in Mississippi, but I know it affects California. So I got a few notes here on my iPad about this new law, Prop 36. And so Prop 36 is aiming to help homelessness, drug addiction, and theft reduction. So it's the Homelessness, Drug Addiction, Theft Reduction Act. It took place on December 8th, took effect on December 18th. It was voted in, I think, back in November or October by the people in California. And so with this new law in place, that means, hey, if you're a repeat offender, I can't remember how many times, I want to say at least 3 times, repeat offender with stealing out of if just stealing in general, then you're going to get a felony. You're going to get arrested. You're going to go to jail. And you're going to get a felony. And so people are shocked when they're shocked. Like this past weekend that they've been going to jail because they saw you just going and stealing and either getting a ticket or stealing and nobody's doing anything. And so they are shocked. The other thing that's not really talked about in the public is that this also includes homelessness, not homelessness, but also includes drug addiction. And so this same thing with the drug addiction is like, hey, if you have 2 prior drug related convictions, then you're gonna get a felony, and you can either choose to go to jail, or you could do the court mandated, you know, treatment to get off the drugs, and not have to go to jail at all, which is good, you know. And so I see it here now, guys. If you got 2 prior related theft convictions, then you will, get a felony on third one. And so here's that big thing: tough penalties for service retail, managed drug and mental health treatment, and more tools to hold drug dealers accountable. And I think that's the more tools to hold drug dealers accountable is the main thing is like if somebody dies from a drug that you sold, then you get a murder charge, which I think has been happening. I don't know. I guess it hasn't been happening in California, but I know some other states it has happened. And I think that's very, forward thinking about this, by California trying to turn their state around and go back to when there was a very very prosper. I'm trying to say, guys, a state that you would seek to go to. And I would like to still go to California. We went a few years ago, and I enjoyed myself. It's just, you do see a whole lot of homeless people out there. I guess all the people trying to follow their dreams and got hooked on drugs, unfortunately. That's another story. And even in Mississippi, we have homeless people, but not like that. It's crazy in California. And so maybe that might help, clean the streets up. What y'all think? If I think it's a good law. People get arrested on their third time for doing misdemeanor, shoplifting, they get a felony. And so I do know the other side is that it can hurt us. It can hurt us. Hurt black. I say us. I mean like black people, because we proportionally go to jail more than other races, and you're gonna see more black people in jail. But it's just ridiculous. I know you guys have seen those videos. People in California just ripping stuff out at the Apple store, ripping stuff off the clothes racks and clothing stores, and there nothing's happening. And honestly, at this point, I think for most people, like I said earlier, when I was growing up, I wanted to move to California. Man, I don't want to move to California now. I think I was from the South, so Florida might be a good state for me now if I ever leave Mississippi. Let me see. Anything else I want to talk about? Prop 36. Oh yeah, some more things on drug trafficking. Prop 36 significantly increases penalties for fentanyl trafficking, especially large-scale operations, and impose stricter sentences for drug dealing involving firearms. And this reflects term to combat the opioid crisis highlights the serious dangers associated with drug trafficking. The new laws also mandates that courts explicitly warn hard drug dealers of potential murder charges if someone dies due to their drug trafficking activities. A Watson-style advisement intended to deter such dangerous behavior. The Watson advisement has been used in DUI case to tell those convicted of DUI they will be charged with murder if they drive under the influence and someone dies as a result. So, with that being said, if if somebody comes in front of a judge and they've been dealing with selling fentanyl, the judge is now required to let them know, like, hey, if somebody died from drugs you dealing, you will get hit with a murder charge. So I wonder if somebody fails to tell, if a judge fails to tell somebody that, would that be a procedure thing if the murder charge do come back? Like, hey, he was never warned, so he shouldn't get this murder charge. That's one thing as a lawyer that I think of, I think about. And so I think this is a real big thing in regards to the mental health, and I think this is a real big thing in regards to the theft. I don't know how much it's going to be to hold drug dealers accountable. I'm sure I will assume they have some strict, drug trafficking laws or intent to distribute laws. Who knows? I'm not in California. And so do y'all think this is going to turn California around a little bit, start the progress to getting California turned around with, hey, these people know they can get arrested. They're going to get a felony. I think so. When you see all these people shot in court that's happened over this past weekend for Christmas, I think you're going to see a lot. And I'm going to insert some of these clips of people being shocked that they're getting a felony. I guess they so used to stealing. And it's just ridiculous, like how they was just letting people off for stealing so much, and like they're just getting a ticket. Getting a ticket for stealing is crazy. Like people need rights, but businesses need rights as well. Like that's one of my criticisms of Mississippi law that is actually the exact opposite. I feel like Mississippi law is too much for business when it comes like personal injury law. But on the flip side, you gotta protect your business because they employ the people. And so I remember watching like a Graham Stephan video, and he was speaking with like I think the mayor of Santa Monica, and he was just showing how all these businesses close down. Of course, it's due to the internet, around. But when you have like a famous street that's known for shoppers closing down because of shoplifting, that's a problem. The internet is one problem, but some people still like to go out and look around and shop. And you got famous businesses closing down, leaving town because of shoplifters. That's a problem. And I'm thinking Prop 36 is going to help these businesses out a whole lot. I would feel that business owners, small business owners, feel a whole lot better with this pass. I do know the governor was against it. And, he's a Democrat. And nothing wrong with that, But I just don't see how you, even being a Democrat, how you not strong on protecting businesses so businesses can stay in business so people can be employed. Now, I don't want to see more people go to jail, but you stealing multiple times as that's your way of living, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. Now, I do know people was mad and opposed to it because it rolls back some of the protections of Prop 47, which I was talking about earlier, which started this to where, it's like a misdemeanor. You get a ticket for just stealing. But I haven't looked too deep in those other arguments besides, hey, it's going to be more people in jail. So, hey, I think that's all I got on Prop 36. I think it's a really interesting law. I think it's a good thing for California. And I think that, I would like to see how this is going to affect California long term in the future. So next year, this time, hopefully California has less homeless people on the street and less people, shopping. Like, it's just so many people, so many videos of people just getting robbed in California or just stores. It's just ridiculous. So I think this is a step in the right direction. All right. That's all for this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Merry Christmas. I hope you know this on Christmas. I'm not even going to do a whole lot of editing. I just want to get a video out on Christmas. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling jolly. Thank y'all for watching. Check out my last video when I reacted to when a state prosecutor was arrested. That was crazy. And thank y'all again to see y'all on this one.